have to cook for my husband in the Hanafi madhab. In the Hanafi madhab, there are three types of women. Number one, you have the upper class woman who is used to having maids. They are not obliged to cook, and their husband must provide them with a maid. Number two, you have the woman who is...
All right, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam Rasulillah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Interesting enough, we find that people have made the madahib as like religions. And yeah, the sister's getting some prominence online. I'm not trying to talk bad about anyone here or anything like that. But when you look into the people who try to follow Quran and Sunnah and not just play with madhab. Well, in this madhab it says this, and there's three categories of women. So number one is the spoiled woman, right? The one who her father spoiled her sadly, and now she marries a guy, and now she is spoiled and decides that she wants a maid, and the man has to provide the maid. Not to mention what kind of problems that can cause. You can go to like, more discussions on that. But bottom line is, there's now three types of women. Well, guess what type of women are going to choose to be? What are we encouraging here? I mean, let's look at it and from the maqasid of the Sharia and from the spirit of the Sharia. That women, I have my dad gave me a servant, so now you have to provide me. Sir, I don't want to do anything. He is obliged. You have to provide for a servant, and she is not allowed to work. Wow, mashallah. By the way, a lot of times the people say this is like the Hanafi opinion. They'll take it as Abu Hanifa. They don't understand the Hanafi madhab is made out of a lot of differences and a lot of opinions of the students of Imam Abu Hanifa who codified his work and many other students and so on. But they come in and now you give like a bunch of opinions, and well, guess what? Which one do you think the women are going to choose? Definitely not the third one. Definitely. Now, well, let's look at other scholars because in the Hanafi madhab, okay, so for example, there are many imams who differed on this. At-Tabari, for example, in his commentary of the hadith in Al-Bukhari about Fatima radiallahu anha, who, well, let's see what it says. She'll be maybe the second type, right? The one doesn't feel good. She is unable to. Let's hear. Let's let her complete.
Unable to cook due to weakness or illness. This woman is also obliged not to cook. Number three, you have the middle class woman who is...
Okay, so she's not obliged, okay, because of some illness or weakness. Okay, طيب. This is where the problem is, right? Where a lot of people say, well, like, the madhab, like, what is it? Is it really opinion of the Prophet ﷺ? Is it hadith? Is it substantiated with dalil? Or is it just things according to customs and urf? Now, yes, the ulama have taken urf in consideration, and even in this discussion, I'm not denying it. Ibn Taymiyyah had certain opinions, in the Shafi'i madhab certain opinions. Bottom line is that a Muslim should ask themselves the question, what does the Quran and Sunnah believe about this? Okay, did the Prophet ﷺ, who was one of the best women that ever existed? Was it not Fatima radiallahu anha? Was it not Aisha radiallahu anha? But let's look at Fatima in Bukhari, that she radiallahu anha asked the Prophet ﷺ for a servant. Well, she was cooking and cleaning and she was tired. Okay, she was tired, she was cooking and she was cleaning. So she asked the Prophet ﷺ for a servant. And the Prophet ﷺ did not give her a servant. Okay? Nor did he command Ali to take a servant. Nor did he command Ali to do these chores. Okay? Never. He didn't do that. Imam Bukhari comments on this and expands on this. Ibn Hajar expands on this as well. Imam Bukhari also gives the hadith of Asma bint Abi Bakr, who was married to Az-Zubair ibn Awam, and what she used to do. And he says that it's clear from this hadith that in the commentary, from this incident we may understand that it is the woman's duty to take care of everything that her husband needs her to take care of. This is also the opinion of Abu Thawr. So other fuqaha and so on had different opinions, but God forbid they were gonna give this opinion because women are gonna jump up and down. Guess what? I make it simple. Is Fatima not better than this first category of woman who is spoiled and her dad gave her a servant and now she has to get a servant? It's impermissible for her to do anything. And it is obliged the man to get her. Bro, don't marry that type of woman. Well, guess what? What's she going to do her whole life? What's she going to do? Just do her nails the whole time? And do what? Next thing you know is she won't even have to take care of the children. Next thing you know, she won't even have to. By the way, you will see this clearly in many Muslim countries, sadly. Sadly. Not to mention what happens when a maid comes into the house of a man. That's another story. But hey, sisters, you're welcome and free to do that. According to the sisters, mashallah, and her explaining of fiqh and madahib and so on. I'm not picking on anyone, but gaining a lot of prominence, mashallah, by just putting out all the opinions there and allowing people to just, well, guess what? Guess which opinion they're going to pick. I don't feel good. My back is hurting. Well, guess what? Fatima radiallahu anha's back also hurt. And the Prophet ﷺ taught him something very clear. Taught him that the athkar that they should say. The Prophet ﷺ, this is his daughter, man. Of course, he would love her. He had access to the spoils of war. He had access to the slaves. He had access to everything. He taught them a lesson. Same with Asma, great imams here. Imam Bukhari, great opinion over here. At-Tabari, great opinion here. And many opinions. But why are they not said? All right, let's hear the last opinion here.
Used to doing the housework. For them, in the Hanafi madhab, it is their moral and religious duty to cook. But it's not enforceable in Islamic courts.
Wow, okay, so it's normal, but it's not enforceable in the courts. But it's normal, but it's not enforceable. You cannot enforce. So what? It's her duty to do it, but it's not enforceable. What do you? So actually, what you get from all three types of women, the women shouldn't do anything. So the question is then, what should women do? Especially when you take now an opinion at that time under that urf and apply to the 21st century lazy women who watch Netflix and TikTok all the time, who want their husbands to do half of the work, even though their husbands are working their butts off in the work. And now you have these. Which opinion do you think they're going to choose? What do you think you're giving them? Why don't you describe the opinion of Imam Bukhari or At-Tabari? Why not? All right, this is the problem, man, with people teaching this way. Okay, and they'll say, no, but I'm Quran Sunnah because I'm wearing niqab. No, come on. Let's just calm down here and understand the issue and the matter at hand. There's so much more I could say about this, but here you have three types of women according to Hanafi method. What is this? Is this a new religion? We respect and love Imam Hanifa, rahimahullah. But he said, hey, if you find some in the Quran Sunnah, throw my opinions against the wall. And as all the Imma did, all the Imma tried to follow the Quran Sunnah. They gave opinions. Yet now people in today's world, they've created almost like 4 different religions. A'udhu billah. We didn't study Imam Ahmed, and we didn't study Imam Shafi. We didn't study Abu Hanifa. We didn't study all the other Immas. We didn't study Ibn Hazm. We didn't study how many other madhabs existed. But you see, when you release people information, what are you doing? What's the objective? Which woman hearing this you think that she will now do work for her husband, help her? This is husbands, guys, who are working hard, man. 9-10 hours a day, they're coming home. And you know what his wife is going to tell you? In the Hanafi method, there's 3 types of women. I'm type number 1 or 2, you know. My dad used to do this. He used to serve my mom in the house and used to get a servant. And you have to. And the guy's like, I don't want to. Well, you're not a good husband. And Hanafi madhab, and this sheikh said this, and the sheikh said that, and Imam so and so said, and just shaming and the guy's like, what? Wait a second, what I do? What does the woman then bring to the table? Wait, they don't want children, because a lot of the women, they don't want children these days. Later, or one child. Wow, mashallah. And our mothers and grandmas, you have 7, 8, 10 kids. And they never complain. And now they have one child. Oh, my body, oh, my back, all this. I'm postpartum, all that. Okay, type 1 child, 2 child, maybe they just lose it. Okay, so no children or 1 or 2 children. They don't want to cook and clean. Okay, because the Hanafi method says 3 types of women. They don't want to give intimacy, and I don't feel good. And Sheikh so and so explained that the hadith of the angels curse. It's not really like that, you know, because there's 3 types of women, and I don't feel good, you know. So sex every 2 months, okay. Okay, so no sex, okay, no food, okay. Then what? She wants to work. She wants to, do a bit of tabarruj. She wants to go to, to study. She wants to, take her time. She wants to travel and take TikTok videos and, even in niqab and, dancing and all that. And then what? I don't know. Like, what is it? Okay, just, oh, I'm wearing niqab, therefore I'm perfect, holy. Not the sister, but I'm saying this is, that's my duty. I exist and only. Yeah, I know women existing have a lot of value, but it's not the only thing that they bring to the relation. And guys are getting tired of putting in, paying, giving. And then when they're coming home, they have to give more now. And when the woman is asked to give, she says, no, but I am what I am. And Imam and this and that, so said so and so. And there's three types of women in this madhab. And that, well, guess what? Most of the women are going to be Hanafi now, probably. Man, you guys don't know the Hanafi madhab, man. When the ulama discuss these things, they never ever thought there's going to be a time where women are going to be sitting there being like, waiting with half the dishes in the sink for the husband to come home after 9 hours of work, of dealing with some crazy stuff. He's got to do some dishes now, and he's got to do some work, and he's got to do this. And no one's going to be talking about Imam Bukhari's opinion, or Tabari's opinion, or any of the other one, the Hadith of Asma, or Fatima, radiallahu, the real people that existed and brought Islam, carried Islam on their backs. Okay? No. We will talk about the madhabs. Well, do a bit of history research into the madhab, and see, well, how much does it have to do with the Imma it's themselves, i.e. Shafi, Ahmed, Hanaf, Imam Abu Hanifa, and Imam Malik. And by the way, many other Imams who have madhab, by the way. But we've only 4, mashallah. Wow. Ibn Hazm has his madhab, and other Imams had their madhabs, by the way. They didn't survive, and some did, by the way. But no. This is a huge mistake and some of the liberal imams, even though they come under the guise of conservative, and so on, then they will give all the opinions, they'll list all the opinions, and then leave you at that. Well, guess what opinion people are going to choose? And that never happened. The awam are watching, the regular people are watching Instagram and TikTok, and all the opinions are listed in front of them. And they'll say, I take that one. Great. All right. Well, all right, brothers, start saving up to get a maids, man. But then again, I guess your wives are not ready for what's going to come next. All right, brothers. May Allah bless the Niqabis. Barakallahu fikum. Assalamu alaikum. What madhab are those sisters there? About 50 niqabis? Well, I guess they're not sitting at home cleaning, cooking, and taking care of the husbands. They're more interested in, well, whatever they're doing. I mean, and one people are like, are you picking on niqabis? I'm not picking on niqabis. There's a lot of niqabis there, sadly. A lot of niqabis there who are just not, probably, they want to join the Hanafi method, it seems, and probably be like number 1 or number 2 type of woman, doesn't want to do anything. It seems like that's what's happening, because, I mean, it's not one woman that I'm picking on, right? There's about 50 or 60 of them there that are just seems to have this herd mentality. And I don't know, I mean, what method do they follow in doing these? I wonder if they've seen a variety of opinions and then they just pick the one that, I guess, allows music to be halal and they're dancing. Well, but they're wearing a niqab, so it must be halal, isn't it? Right? Interesting.